Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Watchmen podcast, your go-to source for everything related to safety and community at Rollins Middle School of Arts. And I am your host, Deputy Slusher. And I am here to shine a spotlight on the vibrant art showcases, thrilling sporting events, captivating performances of our amazing school and students. So join us as we celebrate creativity, foster connections, and build a stronger community together. Whether you're a student, parent, or passionate supporter of the arts, there is something here for everyone. So let's dive in and explore the heartbeat of Rollins Middle School.
Good afternoon, everyone. Usually I go off the cuff, but today I'm going to read you a little something. As most of you know, I'm Miss Green, the 6th grade assistant principal, and I have the honor of introducing Master Deputy Wesley Slusher, the creative mind behind the Watchmen. Master Deputy Slusher came up with the idea for the podcast during the summer, and the admin team thought it was an excellent idea to talk about all things Rawlings. With the help of the PTSA and some of our local community members, his dream has become a reality. We know that this is going to be bigger than Taylor Swift's fiance and Kylie Kelsey's husband's little broadcast, because Travis and Jason will have to soar to new heights to beat our little amazing show. So without further ado, we want to welcome your DD2 and Colleton County Support Staff Member of the Year, the SRO of the Year for the Low Country, and the host of The Watchmen, Master Deputy Wesley Slusher.
Rollins! What's up, Rollins? How are y'all? You good? Are you excited? So you've all heard about the podcast, right? Yeah. So this is the first time I'm doing this podcast in front of a live audience. Do you think I'm nervous? You're right. I am. So what's so exciting today is who I have here with us today to join me on the podcast, right? This incredible guest speaker went to elementary school in DD2. He went to middle school in DD2 and graduated from Somerville High School and played football at Somerville High School. Pretty exciting, huh? Pretty exciting. He also was in the United States Army Reserve as a commanding officer and retired as a lieutenant colonel. And you know what else he is? He's my boss. So I guess I got to be on my P's and Q's, huh? So do me a favor, okay? When I introduce this individual to the stage, we need to give him a great Rollins welcome, okay? So during this podcast, there's going to be a time where I'm going to have y'all ask this guest speaker some questions if you want, okay? Are we ready? Are we ready? So without further ado, I'm so excited to bring to the Performing Arts Center not only my boss, but an individual that went to school in DD2, just like you all are, to the stage. So let's give a warm welcome to Sheriff Sam Richardson. Sheriff, thank you so much for joining me today at the Performing Arts Center on the Watchmen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And I'm just going to go over some questions. We're going to engage with the audience. So you grew up here in Dorchester County and attended the same schools that many of our students attend today. Tell us about growing up here and some of the most valuable lessons you learned that prepared you for your career in law enforcement.
Well, I'll tell you some of the things. Playground time, just interaction time. So those were special opportunities. I talked to a group this morning about that. I still remember some of the guys I grew up with, and I'm talking first, second, third, fourth grade, and some of those guys are are running businesses here in the county. Some of them are, you know, I talked to a guy this afternoon who was a football coach at Somerville. He was a football player, and we were co-partners in
On the team together?
playing for the state championship. Yeah.
Wow. In high school, you played football under the legendary coach John McKissick. How did the challenges you faced on the football field help you prepare for the challenges of life?
I'll say this, that a lot of good things come from hard work. You know, I'm like everybody else, I used to complain about my homework. I used to complain, you know, on the football field about extra work and getting in shape. What I found out, though, it prepared me for whatever the world offered in terms of what, you know, the military, physical fitness from that, playing college football, everything associated with that. But I understood that life's challenges, you're prepared for them if you work really hard.
Absolutely, 100%. What inspired you to serve as the sheriff of Dorchester County?
So when I became a deputy, had opportunities to go and work in the Tri-County area. And so when I became a deputy, if you had a college degree, you were kind of a standout, you know. So I was being recruited to go work at Charleston County, Charleston City, but I really wanted to work, you know, around the people I grew up with. And so as time went on, I began to understand and have a bond here in Dorchester County, and I was able to help a lot of people, citizens here in Dorchester County, people I grew up with, sometimes teachers, and honestly, I fell in love with the county, and I just want to continue to serve and give back in any way I can.
Right. What type of impact do you hope your deputies will have as they serve the citizens of Dorchester County?
Well, in whatever situation they're in, I just want them to make a difference and improve the quality of life for the citizens. You know, in our mission statement, it says that if you engage a citizen, just do your best to make a difference, whatever that may be. That may help a lady across the street. It may be to giving someone some directions. It may be putting the bad guy in jail, anything like that.
So I know we really talk about within the agency about transparency, unity, and accountability. And that's one thing I really talk to our students here at Rollins Middle School is about holding yourself accountable. We all make mistakes, but it's how we recover from those mistakes. And it's okay to make mistakes,
Sure.
But it's holding ourselves accountable.
Sure.
How important, can you just tell the students that are here today on how important it is for them to hold themselves accountable? Because it's okay to make a mistake.
It's okay to make a mistake, everybody. You grow from accountability. For example, if you take a test and you didn't do the best maybe that you thought you would do on the test, but you take accountability about what could we have done better. Did I do everything? Did I study hard? If you take ownership, and accountability is just that, it's ownership. And if you do that, you can grow. And what I ask of my deputies is that you're accountable. The people have expectations for us. You know, take ownership of what we need to do through training, through preparation, to grow, to be the best you can be.
What message would you like to share with the students as they continue their education and prepare for their next chapters of their life?
So, listen, every opportunity is there for you. You know, and if you reflect on my situation, there's sometimes, it's okay if you don't have all the answers right away. You know, if you work your way up to graduation, some of you are going to have it pretty well laid out that you want to go to law school, you want to go to medical school. Anything that you want to do, as long as you're putting your best foot forward, and my best advice is to have a plan and just be resilient. But understand that if something doesn't work out, that you're strong and you're resilient and you're positive. And if you have a positive mindset, everything will work out for you.
You know, there's one thing here at Rollins Middle School of Arts that's very inspiring is we have a Gladiators program, which is it's mentorship. It's kids that can be engaged within the school community. And couple episodes ago, I had an inspiring young lady that was just truly, truly outstanding. And her vision on what she does for the Gladiator program is just outstanding. So with your military service, it's about teamwork a lot of times. It's nobody's better than anybody else. It's we're going to get through this together.
Yep,
So can you touch on how, as a sheriff's department and as a sheriff, on how you expect us to work as a team and how that will help the mission?
So it's like a building block concept. If you stack blocks and you pull away one of the blocks, well, the overall effort will fail. It will fall. Well, I have a mantra: no one of us is as good as all of us. Meaning that everyone in our organization, every one of you, is an important part of what the effort, the overall, the final effort, the main effort is. And so the main thing in terms of that leadership is to inspire everyone to understand that and believe in that. And trust me, if you inspire as a leader others to do good things, you accomplish your mission as a leader.
Right. So how does it sound if I open up the floor to some of
Absolutely.
our students? Anybody
Absolutely.
want to ask some questions? Okay, hold on, let me see. Questions for the sheriff? Right here. Yeah.
What was the overall accomplishment you wanted growing up, like getting into this position?
So I kind of had 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I guess that would be first thing, finish high school. I was fortunate enough to get a football scholarship, so that was something that I was interested in, but I didn't know I would. So the main thing was I tried to keep my grades up, because at that time, recruiters came around and they talked to your guidance counselors, and they asked questions about you. Were you getting in trouble? Were you a good student? They wanted to recruit you to play ball, but they also wanted a well-rounded student, a person that could do a lot of different things. Did you participate in extracurricular things around school? Were you in any extra clubs, things like that? So, but I hope I answered that question for you.
We'll go right here in the back.
How do you plan to either improve or even better Dorchester County?
That's fantastic. Great question. So my goal is to, number one, is to have what we call, so we have 3 levels that I like to operate from. So every day, my deputies operate on what we call a tactical level. Then you have the next level, which is called an operational level. Then you look at all this other planning called strategic planning. And that's what we're talking about in terms of all the houses that you see that are getting built and all these other things that are happening in other counties. So what I try to do with that is I look at it from technology, that standpoint. I look at it from planning. Do we have a big enough footprint in terms of offices for our deputies? Now, stay on the cutting edge of that technology I'm talking about, with vehicles, with equipment. Just try to be on the latest and greatest standpoint in terms of getting equipment and technology for our county. So but my strategic plan is to do all those things. We're going to get, as we get more people in the county, I need to have more deputies. And my goal is to get as many deputies that are, I want to get a lot of college kids, but also good, intelligent kids, but that want to work for Dorchester County, want to do a good job for us.
You see a couple more. Right here.
I know you've had a lot of careers. Which one has impacted your career now the most?
Believe it or not, I'd say the military, and I'll tell you why. So in my career, I finished up college and I was commissioned as a second lieutenant. So you see this, you've got an ROTC program when you get in high school. JROTC is what it's called. When you're in college, it's called an ROTC program. So when you finish that program, you get commissioned as a second lieutenant. So what happens along that way, as you get promoted, so you go lieutenant, you go first lieutenant, captain, major, and lieutenant colonel. So what happened along that way is I went to a lot of schools about leadership, a lot of schools about planning, a lot of schools about a lot of things that correlate to what I'm doing now. I'm in leadership, planning. I'm dealing with technical situations, tactical situations, operational situations. So, I'd say that military piece prepared me the most.
Okay. Right here.
What was it like working your way up in law enforcement?
Well, it's sort of like it's a microcosm, I guess, of being here in school to me. So I started out as a rookie, on the street, just all the deputies that you see driving cars, I was that guy. So back in that time, we didn't have as many deputies. Of course, Dorchester County didn't have as many people. So I started out as a deputy. I answered calls. I had superior guys and friends that played tricks on me. We had a great relationship. But I'll tell you what happened along the way. I got some good friends as a part of it. So I met my wife, and so for our wedding, a lot of my groomsmen were deputies, and we still have those close relationships today. So just like you got a lot of friends here, and they were my friends, and believe it or not, we've been in serious situations, and they really had my back. Kept me from hurt, harm, and danger. So really special time.
One more. We'll go right here. Right here, this young man, right here.
You got a BA, a bachelor's degree in history. How
Yes.
has that affected your law enforcement career, or has it?
Sure. So a lot of what we do in law enforcement, a lot of what we do in the military, is based on events that took place in history. So a lot of we talk about tactics. A lot of that's based on things that occurred in history. A lot of events that occurred in law enforcement. And how do we get better? We learn from what? Our history, right? So I'm constantly, when we have events, and Wes can tell you that sometimes I'll have an after action review of what happened, and I'll say, hey, what did we do right? That's 3 things that we did real good. What 3 things that we need to improve on? And so I use that as sort of just a microcosm of history. The things that went really well and the things that we should never do again. So if that answers your question.
All right, just one more. One more. Right here. Right here. Yes, you. One more.
I read that you were in the U.S. Army for 30 years. What had motivated you to go for so long?
So, again, I enjoyed it. I'll tell you, he talked about me being in command. That's probably the most enjoyable thing I did in my military career, was to lead troops, was to have troops respond to my leadership style, and for them to know that no matter what happened, if we went into a theater of war, if we went into whatever environment, that they knew that their leader was going to make sure that, number one, they came back safe, that they would eat, that they would be protected, and they trusted me on that. The worst thing that I could say is, if something happened to one of them, it was like something happened to a part of me. So as a leader, I want to make every effort to make sure that all my people were safe, as I do as the sheriff.
All right. Thank you guys for the questions. Awesome questions. Sheriff, again, thank you so much for being here today. It means a lot, not only to me, but for the school community. Is there anything that you'd like to leave us with? Any words of wisdom, encouragement for the Rollins community? Is there anything that you'd like to?
I guess if you look at me, just look at me as being part of your story, and that I grew up here. I went to school here. I had good days, not so good days, but I tell you what, if you work hard, the sky's the limit for you. I have no doubt that we'll have doctors, lawyers, maybe even the president here, sitting here in front of us today. But you're only as good as how hard you work. And I'm sure that we got good people here that want to work hard. And I want you to say something for me. And I want you to repeat this. No one of us is as strong as all of us. Can you say that for me? No one of us is as strong as all. I'm going to say it on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And if you stay together, you can accomplish anything. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk with y'all today.
But I think there's one more thing before we leave. And it's been brought to my attention that you're a pretty good dancer. Is that?
I'm probably average at best.
Just average?
Average, yeah.
All right. So how does it sound if we have the sheriff lead us in let me ask you this. How many people know the electric slide? Oh. How does it sound if we have the sheriff lead us in the electric slide? All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to need about six of you. Let me see. That know how to do it. Sheriff, you want to pick? You pick 3 and I'll pick 3.
I'm going to, let's see. Let's see. Yes, ma'am. You?
Right there in the Clemson, number 16.
Let's see, where else I got in the back here? I got to get someone from the back.
Right here in the pink.
The pink?
So there's 3. Go ahead, Mr. Pye. Come on.
Right over there?
We got 1, 2.
I'm gonna get Major Thomaston to come up here with me.
Lieutenant Pittman and Captain Buckman. Come on up and join us.
I believe
come on.
Miss Brown's coming too. Miss Brown. Come on, Miss Brown.
All right. Okay, we ready? Hey, Major, I'm sorry I didn't see you. Are we ready? Sheriff, I'm going to let you take the lead. We ready? We ready? We ready? Okay, Sheriff. Ready? How are we going to start this? 1, 2. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Yep. All right. All right, guys. Thank you. That's awesome. All right. Not too bad, huh? Sheriff still has it. So anyway, Sheriff, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I really, really do. The students appreciate you for being here. And guys, that's a wrap. What do you think?
Thanks, everybody.
That's a wrap. Until next time, take care.